I don't say this to brag, but my wife and I have a fucking awesome relationship. She's amazing. She lets me travel anytime I want to travel. She supports any crazy idea that I have. She doesn't tell me I shouldn't spend money on this or that. Like, my wife is unbelievable. And what allowed us to have this dynamic was, we call it the relationship recharge, where once a week for 30 minutes, we ask each other 3 questions. What did I do well this week? What could I have done better? What do you have coming up this weekend that I can support you in? And that little framework right there, when life got kind of crazy, when sometimes we were 2 ships passing in the night with young kids, when sex wasn't happening as often or frequently, all of that kind of stuff, it allowed me to know where I was winning with her, where I was losing with her, and ultimately what she had coming up that she really needed my support in. And so instead of me assuming the answer to all of those things, I was getting it directly from her mouth. Instead of me assuming that I had to be there 15 hours a week, she's like, I just need you for 5, dude. Go do the other 10, whatever you need. So it was like that little window of communication really allowed us to reconnect every single week. The date nights were a big thing. We got on a date every single week, haven't missed it. We usually sometimes will do 2 or 3 nights a week because we like to eat out and have fun and, that kind of stuff. And then the other thing was, I started doing that with my kids, where I was like, what do my kids need from me? Like, how do I know if I'm winning with my kids? How do I know if I'm, what do you wish dad would be doing more of you with? Hey, what's going on in your world this week? And as obviously they got a little bit older, those conversations got a little bit easier. But yeah, I think, a lot of people just assume that quantity is most important to be a purposeful and present parent. And I don't think that's necessarily the answer for everyone. And when I started getting clarity around what that looked like for my wife and then what it looked like for my kids, I'm not perfect, but it definitely gives me more purpose through that awareness to figure out how I can schedule and prioritize my time throughout the week to make sure that, number one, I say my family's my number one priority. My calendar reflects that.